You wake up tomorrow with one tiny new ability, and it is the most dangerous superpower ever quietly handed to a human being. You can lie. That's it. That's the whole gift. Sounds like nothing, right? You've been lying since you were 4. But here's the catch. Overnight, every other person on Earth lost the ability. 8 billion people now physically cannot say anything that isn't true. And you, only you, can say whatever you want. Stop and let that settle, because your brain is already underselling it. In a world where every single mouth is forced to tell the truth, the only person who can bend reality with a sentence is you. You are not a person anymore. You are a glitch. And we're about to walk straight into what your life becomes. Let's start small, because the first morning is deceptively gentle. You stumble to the coffee shop. The barista hands you your drink and says flatly, "I made this wrong, but I'm too tired to redo it." Huh, honest. The guy in line behind you announces, "I don't actually like you, I just want your spot." Nobody flinches. This is normal now. Everyone says exactly what's in their head because they have no other option. And it's chaos. Beautiful, hilarious chaos. Your coworker tells your boss, "That idea is stupid and so is your tie." Your boss replies, "I know, my wife picked it and I resent her." People are walking around radiating their raw inner monologue like a busted radio. Then you open your mouth. You say, "Great coffee, thanks." And it's a lie. A small, polite, completely ordinary lie. And for one strange second, you are the only liar on a planet of helpless truth. Now your brain catches up, and it starts doing math. If everyone else must tell the truth, then you don't just have the power to lie. You have the power to know everything. Every secret, every password, every hidden feeling. All you have to do is ask, and they physically have to answer honestly. You walk up to a stranger and say, "What's your deepest regret?" And they tell you. They can't help it. You ask your crush, "Do you like me?" And you get the real answer. No games, no guessing. You ask the most powerful CEO in the world what their company is hiding, and they spill it like a leaky faucet. But here's the first creepy wrinkle. That power runs both ways. Except it doesn't. You can interrogate the entire planet, and nobody can ever truly read you. You become a one-way mirror with legs. Everyone is glass. You are stone. And that imbalance is about to make you either the most trusted person alive or the most terrifying. So naturally you get rich. Obviously you get rich. Let's just get that out of the way. You walk into any negotiation knowing the other side cannot bluff. "What's the lowest you'll really take?" They tell you. "Are you about to go bankrupt?" They tell you. The entire game of business, which runs on bluffing and spin and, "Let me check with my team," collapses in front of you like a wet cardboard box. Poker is no longer a game. It's just you collecting money. The stock market is an open book because every CEO on every earnings call is now legally and biologically incapable of saying, "We're cautiously optimistic," when they mean, "We're doomed." You could own everything by Friday. But money gets boring fast when it's this easy, and something stranger starts to itch at you. Because if you can lie to a world that can't, you don't just have an advantage. You have a kind of loneliness nobody has ever felt before. Let's talk about that loneliness, because it sneaks up on you. Every relationship you have just changed shape. Your friends tell you the truth, always, the whole truth. "I'm only here because I'm bored. I forgot your birthday and I don't care." Brutal. But at least it's real. You, though? You can say anything. So how does anyone ever know if you mean it? When you tell someone, "I love you," they have no way to verify it because you're the one person on Earth whose words aren't guaranteed. Everyone else's "I love you" is a fact. Yours is just a sound you decided to make. And people figure this out. Slowly, the world realizes there's one human whose every sentence might be fake. You become impossible to fully trust, not because you're cruel, but because you're capable. You are the only person who could betray them with words, so a part of them always braces for it. Congratulations. You can say anything, and that's exactly why nothing you say lands the way it used to. Okay, breathe, because here's where it gets genuinely useful, and a little heroic. Truth, all the time, with no exceptions, is a disaster nobody asks for. The doctor has to tell the terrified kid, yes, this will hurt a lot. The pilot has to announce, honestly, I'm not sure about this engine. Surprise parties are extinct. Every gift gets met with, I already have this and I'm disappointed. And then there's you, the world's only source of mercy. You can walk into the children's hospital and say, you're going to be just fine, even when you don't know that. You can tell the nervous bride, he'll never stop loving you. You become the keeper of kind lies, the one human allowed to soften the edges of a painfully honest world. People start coming to you, not for money, for comfort, for the one thing they literally cannot give each other anymore, a gentle, hopeful, beautiful lie. You're not a glitch, you're a pressure valve. But power like this attracts attention, and not all of it warm. Think about it. You're the only person who can deceive, which means every con, every scam, every act of manipulation on the entire planet can only come from one source: you. So when something goes wrong, when someone gets tricked, there's exactly one suspect on Earth. You don't even get the cover of a crowd. In a world of forced honesty, the only possible liar is the prime suspect for every lie that's ever told. Governments want you. Imagine being the one person who can pass any lie detector, fool any enemy, keep any secret under any pressure. You're the ultimate spy and the ultimate weapon. Whole countries would compete to control you, protect you, or quietly erase you. Because the only thing scarier than a liar in a truthful world is a liar that the other side gets to keep. Suddenly, your little superpower feels less like a gift and more like a target painted on your back. Here's a question that'll make your brain itch. Can you lie to yourself? Everyone else now lives in relentless self-honesty. They wake up and think, I'm wasting my life, and they can't pretend otherwise, not even in their own head. No comforting little stories. No, I'll start Monday. Just the bare, unfiltered truth about themselves, 24 hours a day. But you? You can still tell yourself, I'm doing great. This is fine. I'm definitely going to fix it tomorrow. You keep the one mercy humans secretly rely on the most, the ability to lie to the person in the mirror. And that might be the realest power here, because the truth, all of it, all at once, with no soft edges, is almost impossible to live inside. The little lies we tell ourselves are how we get out of bed. You'd be the only person on the planet who still gets to do that. The last human allowed to dream a comforting lie. Let's zoom out, because a whole civilization built on forced truth would reshape itself fast. Courtrooms become 5 minutes long. Did you do it? Yes. Done. Lawyers vanish overnight. Advertising dies completely because no company can say best burger in town unless it's measurably true. Politicians have to stand up and say what they actually believe, which means most of them simply stop talking. It's a strange paradise, honestly. No fraud, no fine print, no fake smiles. The world gets cleaner, simpler, and a lot more brutal. And gliding through the middle of it is you, the single moving part that doesn't follow the rules. You could protect this honest world, or quietly rule it, or gently rob it blind. Every door is open, because every lock is built for liars, and there's only one liar left. The question stops being, what can you do? It becomes, what kind of person are you, really, when nobody can stop you? So let's come back to you, standing in a world where every mouth tells the truth, except yours. You'd be rich, sure. You'd be powerful, untouchable, impossible to read. You'd know every secret and keep all of your own. But you'd also be the one person nobody can ever fully trust, carrying the only lies left on earth, alone with that weight. And here's my favorite part. I think you'd discover that lying was never really the superpower. The superpower was that everyone else believed you. A lie only works when it's surrounded by truth. The more you used it, the faster that truth would run out, and the emptier your words would get. So let me leave you with this. If you were the only person who could lie, would you use it to take everything, to comfort everyone, or would you mostly keep your mouth shut and quietly become the most honest person in a world full of forced honesty, just to feel human? Tell me down in the comments. And next time, we'll break reality in a whole new ridiculous way. Until then, keep wondering and maybe, just maybe, tell the truth. You never know who's the only one who can't.